You want to touch spikes under the passway
Maybe after work.
after work? Okay, fine.
Maybe after work. Maybe we can check that out after work. I think that'll be fine.
Okay, that's fair. If we can't do it on the clock,
Well, there's no fun to be had on the clock.
in yeah, here we are.
Yeah, no. We make our own fun here. We make our own fun here. Um,
Man, who made this mess?
I don't know. I think it was just like some kid. He ran out of here. He like dropped some fucking jelly on the ground. But there are worse things to clean up.
Oh god. Did I tell you they tried to get me to clean the bathroom?
Did they?
Yeah.
Was this yesterday?
I was traumatized. It was.
I'm sure they'll let HR know. They'll let HR know. I realized we haven't even like said who we are at all yet.
You're right. You're
And
right.
we just been recording during work. My name's Skylar. That's just me. I am who I am. And we're all going to get to know each other pretty well because we decided to start podcasting at work to make our days a little bit easier.
I'm redacted. I'm joking. I'll just go as Sue or Cooper. Either one works for me.
Pick one.
I'll go Sue. I'm Sue, everyone. Not short for anything at all.
I Sue. No, definitely not at all. No, not short for anything at all. Definitely not. Absolutely not.
You know how I've been going to the gym after work recently?
Yeah.
Tell me why I go at work. Like, I got out at like 3 a.m. week, 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the fucking weirdest thing I had. I was like at 3 a.m. And as soon as I walk in, I see a bunch of 8-year-olds running around messing with the gym equipment. And I'm just like, I'm checking the time. I'm like, what the fuck? Where did all these kids come from? Why are they at the gym? Why is he lifting weights?
Yeah,
This shit was weird.
Yeah,
I didn't see any adults. I didn't see any
gym at
adults.
3 a.m.
I did not see any adults. So I'm like, did someone just like, I don't want to fucking take care of these kids and just drop them all off there?
Nah, dude, nah. There ain't no way, bro. Those kids like snuck out and how old were the kids again?
Like
I don't
8 to
understand.
12, I think. I didn't walk up to them like, hey, how old are you? That'd just be like weird. I was just like, oh, I'm just gonna go to the area in the back because there's probably none there.
That is absolutely insane. Why did all those kids? It's like they would have like snuck out of their house at like in the middle of the night.
They would have to walk probably like 15 to 20 minutes just to get there.
That's fucking insanity, dude. I don't even what.
Either that or all the adults
Why?
there had a
Why?
bunch of kids and they're like, we're friends. How about we just all go to the gym at 3 a.m.? But they're like, we got kids. We can't leave them home alone. And they just brought them. Which is even crazier because why are you taking kids to gym at 3 a.m. with a bunch of gym equipment? Because I don't think that's safe at all.
No, bro. They're gonna get their little tiny fucking skulls crushed in by one of those big ass weights, man. That ain't okay.
Like, I was just so confused. I'm gonna be honest. I was just confused, concerned. I was just like,
I would be too, dude.
so I only like cut my time short. I'm like, I did half of my sets, and then I'm like, alright, I'm getting out of here before I see something traumatic. And then I just left.
I'm gonna get out of there before some kid turns into fucking spaghetti.
Yes, I was terrified.
I'm thinking of that video of the woman in the leg press, and then she like
Oh
locks
my
her knees
gosh.
and she turns into a horse.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I seen that. The fucking the video where like the knees lock and then it just breaks. That shit terrified
There's
me.
so many of
I like
those.
I avoided that for like the first 2 to 3 days, and someone's like, you should try it, and I'm like, okay.
You avoided the leg press.
And I did that, and every time I do it, it's just in my back of my mind. I'm like, please don't lock my knees. Please don't lock my knees. I am so locked in when I use that machine because I am scared of that happening to me, especially since I have a bad knee.
Bro's locked in so he doesn't lock his knees.
So it's just like, oh. Did I ever tell you how I got like that injured knee? I'm pretty sure it's from all the car crashes. Well, not car crashes, cars hitting me.
Oh yeah. You really were a bit of a car magnet in college. That was I feel like you could have gotten a lot more money out of those situations, but those guys just like didn't stick around and you didn't get a picture of their license plate. But at least you got a bottle of tequila out of it, I guess.
Oh my gosh, I got like I remember I was remember the Lime scooters.
Oh yes, they have bikes
They
now.
have bikes now. Okay. I was using the Lime scooters, right? And we could bleep their names out, but like, so you do know who I'm talking about. The other two people that were on the Lime scooters with me were,
Yeah.
and they were in front of me, right? They turn, and there's a car that's like waiting for to turn into a gas station, and we're on the road, right? And I turn. I don't know. I guess they didn't see me, but they fucking floored it. I tried to dodge it, but it hit the back of the wheel, and it just sent me flying. And according to, it looked like a GTA character ragdolling.
Bro, fucking ragdolled all the way across the map.
It legit. I didn't like. I was like, all right, I'm falling. What do I do? So I decided to do a stage combat fall, and I guess that's what like helped me not get that injured. But then like the momentum carried me back up to my feet, and I was standing. And all of a sudden, I just see this girl come out with two big bottles of tequila, just shove it in my chest, and then leave. And it still pisses me off. It's like, why didn't you get the license plate? And I'm like, bro, do you think the first thing I'm thinking when I got hit that hard was, where's the license plate? I'm thinking, holy shit, I'm alive. And why is there two tequila bottles in my hand? Like, where did this come from? Like, I was processing.
Yeah, that's kind of cool, but like, yeah, that's a lot to have to process all at once. You know, that's fucking insane, man. Like, at least you got some free shit out of it, but like, I remember when our other goddamn homie got hit by the fucking British woman on his bike.
Holy shit.
Bro got a whole fucking payout for that.
Oh, dude got paid out.
You
I
remember
remember that. Oh my gosh.
He took that shit to Vegas. It was crazy.
That was amazing. Speaking of which, you know what I did after that car crash? Well, that car hitting me?
What was
I
that?
had to work. I forgot what show was running, but you know, I used to work in the production department in our college. So I was in charge of the soundboard. And
Yeah.
I forgot what it was called. But I had to do the soundboard. So I come into the fucking work, right? And I'm bleeding everywhere. Like, I have bleeding on my arms, like, badly, right? And I walk in, and everyone's like, Sue, what happened? And I'm like, oh, I got hit by a car. They're like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I mean, I'm the only one that knows the sound cues. They're like, we've been fucking practicing this for months, so, like, I'm gonna do that.
Right.
They're like, okay. And it took me a while to convince them. They're like, okay, you're not gonna do any of the physical activity, because usually I was supposed to help set up the stage for like an hour before like the people get there. So I just sat in the booth, did the show, and then they're like, all right, you promised to go to the hospital afterwards? And I was like, yeah. I walked to the direction of the hospital, and when I knew no one was following me anymore, I went back to the dorm, because I was like, I can't afford to pay that shit. So what I did is I went to CVS. Got disinfected, and I got bandages. And then I was like, oh yeah, I'm okay. I probably should have went to the hospital.
That is sick. I mean, you're still alive to tell the tale, so that's pretty good.
You know, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But I do believe the knee injury comes from when I was in high school, in like the drama department. We didn't know how to do I guess they didn't know how to do stage falls, and like there was a scene where I have to like act like I'm drowning, but I have to dive behind like a piece of like wood that was covering it, so it made it look more believable. I had to fall without knowing how to fucking safely fall on this knee multiple times. Guess how long I had to do it for?
I'm gonna shoot and say like 3 months.
3 months? Oh no, I'm talking about the specific scene I had to like repeat over and over again. In one day.
Oh, I have no idea. No idea.
An hour and 30.
Hour and a half just over and over of slamming your knee.
And I
on
would
the
slam my
ground?
knee because the person kept forgetting their fucking line. So they're like, alright, we gotta set it back. So like it would be like legit every 8 seconds I had to slam my knee into the floor. And then like ever since then my knee just hurts.
Yeah, I mean that'll do it. Well, the whole thing of like hot bitches also have knee problems, but that's
Hey, hey,
that
hey,
that's
hey!
that's
Wait, wait,
that's
wait, wait,
something
wait, wait! You
else.
can't just say that to me. I that
Well,
I
you're really
I.
living up to your name, aren't
What are
you?
you talking about? Sue's not short for anything. I I
He says with a
I
cap
I
on
am
his
not
head.
capping.
That's alright, bro. That Yankee ain't got no brim. That's just a cap on your head.
Oh, oh my gosh. Uh, have you ever had like a very uncomfortable Uber ride before?
Yeah, I've had a few. Before we get into this real quick, though, can I go? I think I need to piss real quick.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I guess I gotta get back to work. While Skylar goes piss. Oh yeah. Damn. There's just fucking jello everywhere. Oh, the dairy, you wanna know where dairy is? It's like, you're gonna take a right, and you're gonna take a left. And then you're just gonna keep going straight, and eventually you'll see a big sign that says dairy. Sorry if that sounded rude.
I'm back.
Oh, welcome back.
Hi there.
You ever had a uncomfortable Uber ride before?
Yeah, I've had a few. I remember my first Uber that I ever got in. I'm pretty sure the guy just like straight up lied to me because he said, "It's your first time in LA?" I was like, "Yeah. It's my first time in LA." And he was like, "Oh, well, guess what season it is all the time over here?" I was like, "Oh, summer?" He was like, "No, it's spring all the time. It always feels so good around here." And I knew that motherfucker was lying to me by the time the summer came around because I wanted to fucking die, bro. It's hot as hell out here all the goddamn time. He also stopped to get gas in the middle of our ride, so I don't know what that was about, but yeah, I mean I've had a few weird Uber drivers.
No, no. The reason why I asked this is because I had like, remember college that like during that like one break, or like sometimes where you had to like go back home for like 2 weeks because they would just kick everyone out of the dorms. So I was coming back from that, right? And I guess this is when the new dorms were like on the on-campus apartments. Uh, and I get in this Uber ride. I was like, you know what? I need to be cheap. I need to be cheap. So I did the carpool option, which I regret now. I get in the car, and there's already 3 people in the back seat, so I'm forced to sit next to the driver. So I'm like, okay, this is, it's fine. I'm gonna sit in the fucking ride. He drops everyone off one by one until I'm the only one left. And then when I was the only one left in the car, he kept getting phone calls from, like, random, like, girls, right? And I shit you not, they were called Ho 1, Ho 2, Ho 3. And then he would see a girl that's attractive on the street. He would park next to them, roll down the window, and then try to get me to catcall them. And I felt so uncomfortable because I was like, I'm not doing that. He legit told me to, like, he was saying a lot of like derogatory terms and asking me to say it towards them, and I just kind of, I was just wishing it would be over. He did this on the ride to the way 20 fucking times, so it took me longer to get back to my fucking to this fucking college, right? By the time I get there, he was like I get to the you know, as soon as we got to, I'm like, you could drop me off here.
That's so
Like,
funny.
I was just like, you could just drop me off right here. You sure? I'm like, yeah, I've been sitting for a while, just got off a plane, kind of just want to walk. And I just got off. And I think that was the most uncomfortable ride I've ever been in.
That's really funny. I
That dude was a
think
pimp. Like, 100% a pimp. Cause like, Because like he would
100%.
talk about like money, and like the girls that would call him would legit be like, oh yeah, I made this much today. It's like, all right, I'll make sure you come this way. You'll get 50% of the cut. And I'm like, oh, at least that's generous. But like, oh, I was just like, you trying to get me to do your work for you, bro? Why me?
That's fucking nuts, bro, dude. LA is fucking insane, man.
I'm like your Uber driver. I'm your Uber rider.
I think the only other kind of like crazy-ish experience that I've had was an Uber pool that I got into a few years ago that I had gotten from East LA back to our college. And I went, oh my god, I got in this Uber pool and there was this drunk couple in the back. And there was this other, I think there was like a drunk dude in the back as well or something. But I remember this couple just like making out the whole time. And I remember this guy that was also back there, like, he was on the verge of throwing up this whole ride, and the driver had to like stop the car to like let him get out, and like the driver essentially threw this guy out because he was gonna like fucking throw up. And he like kicked this dude out. Fucking the other two were making out in the back still. I was the last guy to be dropped off, so like the whole time I'm just like watching these guys in the back seat like getting freaky. I'm like,
Oh gosh, that sounds so
what the
uncomfortable.
hell, man?
Oh gosh, I could see why a lot of Uber drivers don't like accept drunk people now. Because it's like you
Yeah,
don't want
and
to
I
take
mean,
the risk. Like they could throw up, or they'll just, you know.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing with it, like, I've been a drunk person in an Uber. I drank a whole Four Loko before going to the club once, and I had to like fight for my life in that Uber to just not throw up or like piss myself, because I had to pee so goddamn bad. But while we were on our way there, it was, man, I just couldn't handle it, dude. It was crazy.
Oh my gosh, I remember this one Uber driver that I felt really bad for. Um, I don't know why your story just reminded me of this, but I was like heading over to a friend's party, and so I got an Uber, and as soon as I get there, you know, it smells loud in there, like very loud in there. And for those of you who don't understand what loud means, it just smells like it means it really stinks of weed, but it also smelled like cologne. And then like the Uber driver just looked at me, he's like, "Hey, sorry, the last passenger I dropped off before he got off just lit up a fucking joint and then sprayed cologne everywhere."
That's insane, dude. I'd fucking throw a motherfucker out of my car for doing that shit.
Oh no, he did. Well, the thing is, he did that right before he got out the car at his stop. So like there was nothing the Uber driver could do at that point. He just looked at him in shock, and it was like, yeah. And then I was just talking to him about it. And it's like, does this happen a lot? It's like, oh no, not really. I just mostly get drunk people, or people like just start like spraying their cologne and perfume in there when I tell them not to. Not me. I don't drive.
No, yeah, you don't drive. You got.
Call me superstitious, but every time I was gonna be taught to learn, like before I moved to college out over here, the car would just not work. It would not turn on, and as soon as I would get off the seat and someone else would get on, it would turn on. So I just took that as a sign that I was born to be a passenger princess. That's just what it is.
That's really cute.
Shut up! It's not cute.
I think you interrupted.
I'm sorry. That was rude.
I think this is a good example of your phobias coming from places that are like that are just superstition. I think your fear of IKEA, I think your fear of driving, your fear of like being complimented, I think it all comes from superstition.
I don't believe the last part is from superstition. I think it's more from trauma, but like we're not trying to trauma dump.
That one I had a cap on my head on that one. On the last one I was fucking straight up lying.
The IKEA one I get. Yeah, the IKEA one I get. But if there's a 1% chance that it's the infinite IKEA is real, I am not stepping foot in that fucking store. You got a 100% guarantee that I won't be taken.
Cooper, listen to me. I feel like the people need to know about the infinite IKEA. IKEA.
So basically, the infinite IKEA is, part of this big lore on the internet called the SCP. And those who don't know what the SCP is, it's a foundation organization created to secure, contain, protect like anomalies, and anomalies basically like weird shit. Like what a Wendigo is. If it existed, they'd be basically keeping it. A good example of the SCP Foundation is like A Cabin in the Woods. Have you ever seen that movie?
Oh, yeah, no, that's
Um,
actually a perfect example. Yeah, cabin in the woods.
so yeah, but basically the Infinite IKEA is an SCP basically where it's a regular trip to IKEA, right? I think in that world it's like a set location, and basically as soon as you go through the front doors and you're out of line sight, you could just be like plucked randomly out of all the people at that store, and you get transported to another dimension, which is basically the Infinite IKEA. And you won't realize that something's wrong until you try to find your way back to the exit, and you just realize it keeps going on and on and on. And not only that, there's these the staff, faceless creatures. They're either too big, too tall, but their hands are like big, big. Like in the story, it was like big enough to like crush a watermelon, which is their just bare hands. Like during the day, basically it means opening hours, but as soon as it's closing hours, they politely tell you the store is closed, please leave the building, while chasing you down and trying to kill you. So many people.
Well, I mean, I did that to that guy last night because they put me on the
Oh, that's
overnight
fair,
shift,
though.
and like that guy was like hanging out in the toilet paper, and I just had to politely say, "Please leave," with
I
the
mean,
knife in my
but,
hand.
yeah, but you have a like full set of facial features, right?
That is true. That is true. I do have eyes, a nose, a mouth, that type of stuff.
You're just one guy. These are multiple, probably infinite
Just one
of
guy.
these things, right? We don't know how many of these things are in there, but like there's so many people trapped here that they built like civilizations in there, and there's people that just been trapped there for years, and it is just so cool because the theory is it's never actually confirmed, but the person like basically the person that got trapped there read in a journal, escaped, but then died. uh, which actually just fucking sucks.
That's so tragic.
That just fucking sucks. But I think they were like there for like 6 months, almost a year. But like that's still a fucking long time. So it's believed that why like you're like if all these people are missing and there's plenty of people here, why is there no like mass panic missing person case? And it's because he theorized that while speaking to other people, some people didn't know what the Statue of Liberty is, and some people didn't even know what the International Space Station was. And those are things mostly everybody knows, right? So he theorized that like all these people are coming from different dimensions, basically,
Right. It's multi-dimensional.
and it will explain why there's no like panic, like mass missing person. You're just like, as they said, you're just a small blip in a world of constant changing news, and that's what terrifies me. But anyway, I'm done with my irrational fear. I'm done with that deep dive. I did like a very short summary, but just look it up on YouTube. We'll put the link in the video.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So the Infinite IKEA essentially is just like an IKEA that once you lose sight of the entrance, you are transported to another dimension. And you are, constantly hunted by these faceless creatures known as staff. And even if you escape, there's a chance that you'll just die.
The reason why everyone theorizes why he died was because he was carrying an IKEA branded journal on him, which like had all this like basically his time there. And they're like, well, this is the first time an actual staff came out of the building. And they're like, wow, this is the first time. And people assume it's because he was carrying that journal that it was considered shoplifting. And that's why he chased after him outside the exit and killed him.
Oh, that's interesting. You didn't
Oh, yeah.
mention that the staff killed him.
I did. They killed him outside the building. I forgot to add that part because I was just... the spotlight's on me and I got a little nervous. I know where my fear of, I mean, I'm not sure, like, so, like, I have a fear of heights without any railing, if that makes sense. Like, I could be on a fucking roof, but don't expect me to go near the ledge. I think I have a fear of that because as a toddler, I somehow, like, got out of my high chair, unlocked the front door, and I fucking tumbled down the stairs.
Let's go.
And I think I used to be very intelligent, but because of that, I lost some IQ points.
Bro, you literally debuffed yourself. That is insane.
I did. I don't know what toddler me was thinking. It was like, I'm too smart. Maybe like all the knowledge in the universe was crammed into my brain, and I was like, I need to get this out of it. I need to get out of it.
The entire knowledge of the universe crammed into a young boy, and he couldn't handle it, so he threw himself down the stairs. How tragically poetic.
It'd be funny if it was actually like true about that part. I know where my fear of the ocean came from.
Well, I mean, the fear of the ocean is pretty reasonable, I think.
Well, the thing is, I used to not be scared of it, if that made sense. Like, at first, I was not scared of it. But at a certain age, I think it was around 9 or 10 years old, I had a reoccurring nightmare of my cousins. You know the prison chain on the feet with the big ball?
Right.
I had a nightmare where it would always be, I'd be on either on a fucking high-ass cliff pointing towards the ocean, or it would be a boat, and they would just drag me there against my will and like jump me, and then put this chain on me, and then kick me off the cliff, or like throw me off the boat, and I would just drown, while I would just see a bunch of like sea creatures just looking like to eat me. And I had that recurring nightmare for like 3 months, like every single night.
That's horrifying. The only like reoccurring nightmares I had as a kid were of like zombie apocalypses. I remember very vividly multiple times being locked inside like malls or other big places. And I remember just like huge zombie apocalypses breaking out and having to like fight my way through parking lots and malls and like back rooms and shit like that. It didn't really like make any fears of anything for me. If anything, I don't really think I have a lot of fears. I don't fuck with bugs, like buzzing near my ears. I just don't fuck with like swarms of bugs in general. I mean, along with that, like sitting alone in the dark, I feel like it can drive anybody insane as well. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh. Like, you had a recurring zombie dream too, which made me excited. 'Cause, like, at this age, I had like a lot of recurring dreams, and I also had a lot of zombie apocalypse dreams. It would start the same every fucking time, but the ending would be different. Like, I had one where like I somehow cured the virus and the world was saved. I had one where I was eaten alive. I had one where I was bit and shot myself.
That is kind of fucking crazy.
This one only lasted a week, but like every now and then I still have I dream of that same place. And like even in the dream I'm like, oh, this place looks familiar. I'm like, oh, I'm back in this place, and then I wake up. Like, it's just a normal world at this point. Like, there's no zombies anymore. Like, there's just a normal fucking world, and it's just me walking around, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is where I got Aiden, and then I wake up. But like, it's every now and then. By every now and then, it's probably like every 4 to 5 months.
That's I mean, not super frequent, but that's still enough that like it went with you throughout your whole childhood. That's very
to this day, I don't know why, but I'm pretty sure you had like reoccurring dreams like every now and then, like where you like wake up, you're like, huh, I'm pretty sure I had that dream before.
Hold on a second. I think, dude, I don't know what's wrong with me right now, but I gotta run. To the
Okay.
bathroom. The coffee's fucking me up, bro.
Holy dude, you're getting jumped by this coffee.
I am, man. It's fuck.
I'll just keep cleaning while you pee, so we don't get in trouble or written up for not working. Oh, yeah, the bread is in aisle 2. No problem. Happy to help.
I am back.
Oh, welcome back.
Okay.
We're
were we?
talking about reoccurring dreams.
Oh, right. Yes,
like every
of
4 to
course.
5 months.
Reoccurring.
And stuff like that. Now, speaking of dreams, have you ever had sleep paralysis?
I don't think I have. Not in like a terrifying sense, but I feel like I've gotten close in like in sort of, I don't know, like trying to meditate or like whatever the fuck you want to call it. I feel like I've experienced it, but not in like a scary way. You know what I mean? Like I could recognize that my body couldn't move, but my mind was fine with that.
Oh, that is fair.
Am I crazy?
No, you're not crazy. I mean, nothing happened. You know, you just realized your body couldn't move. You were like, oh, I can't move. You know what it is. Most people, I think, now know what sleep paralysis is. But I remember the only time I only had sleep paralysis twice in the same night, and ever since then it never happened again. Uh, but so the dreams. It started with a dream, right? I was in my intermediate school. Have you ever had an intermediate school or no? Or you have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about?
Is that
Okay.
like middle school? Is that just like elementary, middle school, and then high school?
Yeah, so it's like elementary, intermediate, middle school, and then high school.
Oh, so that takes an extra step. Yeah, we didn't have anything like that.
Yeah, it just takes an extra second. So, but like basically where I'm from, we had an intermediate school, and it was during that, and I had this dream where I was in the school, and it started with me just talking to people. The school looked different, like, but for some reason I thought it was my school. I was just walking around talking to people, which is weird because I wasn't a very social kid. But I was just talking to people, and midway through, I learned that I could fly. But in order the way for me to fly is I had to act like I was surfing, and that was the only way I could fly. So I was just like doing that, having fun, and then I hear this voice in the sky, like booming voice. No one else is reacting to it, so it's freaking me out. And it asked me, "Do you remember me?" And I was like, no. And then it said, "You will now," and it woke me up, and I couldn't move my body. And I was like, what the fuck's going on? I then proceeded, it proceeded to like, I heard a bunch of noises all at once, like car crashing, people screaming, babies crying. It was like overwhelming my senses. And it started with auditory, but then like my eyes started like, I don't know how to describe it, but you know like a broken monitor where you see multiple like layers of things as some, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Like an old CCTV, it's kind of like glitching between static and like a video.
My vision started to blur like that, and then I started like, it started making me feel like I was having a seizure, and my door was locked, and I was like, oh my god, am I going to die here? Am I going to fucking die here? And then I don't know what it was, but I focused really hard on my leg, and I just kicked up, and everything stopped, and I was like, okay, that was creepy. I got on my phone, typed what the fuck that was, and I was like, you probably had sleep paralysis. And I was like, but usually people see like weird monsters. Why was mine this? This was fucking creepy. I go back to bed, and literally, I'm in the same fucking dream. And it says, do you remember me now? And I said, yes. And then it said, don't lie, and it woke me back up, and I had the same fucking experience. And then I got out of that. Took me about like 4 hours, 5 hours. I just stayed up. I did not want to go back to bed, and then I just eventually drifted off to sleep. But ever since then, that never happened.
Dog, I think your Zompacto is trying to find you, bro. He was trying to tell you its name, and you just didn't fucking listen.
Oh my! You're telling me I'm a soul? You telling me I'm a soul reaper?
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying, dude. This motherfucker was trying to tell you his name, and you just wouldn't listen. You lied to him, bro. He got mad at you for it.
Hey, it would not. It would not tell me its name. I feel like if I said no, it would just fucking just keep doing that. It ain't my fault. It ain't my fault.
That's tough, dude. You could have gotten superpowers right there. That's crazy.
You don't fucking say that to me. That breaks my heart. I did not think about it that way, and now I'm devastated.
Yeah, and now you're just gonna have to try to lucid dream now. You're gonna have to try to get in contact with this guy.
Lucid dreams. I had a lucid dream. Did I ever tell you the first time I lucid dream?
I've only had one. I think you've told me about it before, but it's been a while.
It's been a while. My very first lucid dream. I was like, holy shit, I'm in a dream. Am I in a dream? Let me see if I could just unscrew this light bulb with my mind. I couldn't unscrew it with my mind. I'm like, fuck it, let me just reach for it and unscrew it. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm in a dream. Turn on light bulb, and the light bulb turned on. And I got so excited I woke up.
You got so excited you fucking came your pants too quickly and you fucking woke up, dude. That's so funny.
I only had like 2 or 3 lucid dreams. Like the second one was just me, just like running around the city at super speed. Because like obviously, I want superpowers, so that's the first thing I want to fucking do. Third one, it was like lucid, but I couldn't control anything. I was just kind of like, well, I'm lucid, but like I can't control anything. I have no control over this world. I think it's like semi-lucid. So I was just like, oh fuck. And then I was like, you know what? I can't control anything. Let me just forget this is a dream. And then I just kind of just went back into it. Um, you know those dreams that are like this is called the dream episode, I guess. And no, not the YouTuber. uh, uh, fucking the hyper realistic dreams. You know which one I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. I've had a couple of those. Yeah, I've had a couple of those where you wake up and you're kind of
Yeah.
relieved that that isn't reality, but you're like so convinced of it in the moment. Yeah, those kind of like live in the world of your waking up late for school, waking up or like in being in school naked or like that type of thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that one. But I had a very dark one. It's about to get very dark, so
Yeah.
a trigger warning. I had a very hyper realistic dream where I was hanging out with a friend basically all week, right? And at some point in that week, he died. And at first, I was like, okay, this has to be a dream. Let me wake up. And I wasn't waking up. So I would just go through the thing. I had to call his family. And I had to sit there while their family was grieving. And it just felt like it was going on forever. And then, eventually, I wake up and I call him. I'm like, dude, you okay? And he asked me, yeah, I'm okay. What are you talking about? I'm like, oh. I never told him why. I was like, oh, just checking up. No.
I don't like this bit.
It's not a bit.
No, I know, but I know it's not a bit, but I don't like this. Like,
Oh, you
it's
scared of it?
fine. I'm just like, it feels like a bad thing to put into a first episode.
Nah, dude. We're talking about cock and ball coming in our pants.
It's not that it's like crass or like bad or anything. I just like
Hey, we could cut it out completely. I'm gonna bring this up every single episode. I'm gonna bring it up every single episode until you're comfortable with it.
it just feels like such like a random like, oh yeah, I had a dream where a friend died, and that's it.
This was like years ago.
I had to go through and like him do and then like go through a whole funeral
Bro,
process.
that's the shit.
And that
was
my
shit was
dream.
crazy.
That's not a fun.
It's not a fun dream.
That's not a fun dream to share.
Hey.
That's not a fun dream.
I just
to
needed
share.
to get off my chest, dude. Like,
Oh,
I just needed to get off my chest.
My God.
Well, we could cut it out, but I'm gonna bring it up every
You know what?
episode.
Fuck it, fuck it. Fuck it, bro. I bring this. Fuck it. I'm leaving this bit in. I'm cutting a little bit around this, but I'm leaving this whole fucking.
We
back
could just
and
do
forth
like,
in,
you could just
bro.
leave a
Fuck it.
TLDR.
I'm leaving it in. It's good fucking episode. That's good shit. That's.
Oh,
my
speaking
God.
about death.
We're already
Speaking
talking
about-
we're already talking about each other's dreams. Like, and now we're talking about like going just like just a purely sad.
I mean, I did wake up crying.
Oh my
Like, I woke up in
God.
tears.
Welcome to Aisle 8,
Aisle 8.
guys. Welcome to...
Speaking about death, you told me you almost died last night.
Yeah, man.
We'll just transition.
Yeah, no, yeah. I almost I almost died when I got home after work last night. It's nothing crazy, I guess, but like I went to go plug in my phone into my charger as I do every night before I go to bed. And on the on the floor was a chain, like just like a wallet chain, just like a little accessory that you wear on your pants, you know, whatever. Very goth, very cool, very fun. And this metal chain must have been in contact with this extension cord somehow, because when I moved the extension cord to grab the phone charger, I saw a spark, and I heard the electricity like almost arc. I heard it go. It was crazy, and I saw like sparks, like enough sparks to probably almost have set a fire in my house. And when I went to go look at the outlet and the brick, after I unplugged it, the brick was hot, the outlet was hot, my chain was hot, and there was a black scorch mark on the extension cord and the brick.
No, that's terrifying.
Man,
Totally.
that shit was so scary, dude. I thought I was gonna get fucking electrocuted. I had to like sit down and chill out for a second. Yeah, almost died.
Oh, I was gonna transition into like, remember that one time I almost fell off that cliff while we are hiking?
Oh, yeah, we were out there with that damn
We were-
dog that I was taking
That
care
damn
of, bro.
dog.
His
His name
name
was
is Radio.
Oh my
Fucking-
gosh, I remember him. I remember he would get mad when you wouldn't let him go into the kitchen. I remember one time he pissed on the floor because you wouldn't let him into the kitchen.
Yeah, man, there's too much shit in there, bro. I remember him doing that too, man. He got so fucking mad at me. He said, "Get out the kitchen."
He looked you dead in the eyes. He looked you dead in the eyes and they just did it.
And then he just fucking pissed on the flow, man.
But,
like, come
yeah.
on, dude.
Back to the story. I remember we were hiking, right? And I was like, oh, y'all guys could go ahead. I'm just gonna take a little break. And I decided, I'm like, all right, I got like 5 minutes in. I'm like, all right, let me get up. And then I just slip. And I just keep going. And I just see the cliff. And I'm like, this is it. I'm dead. And all of a sudden, my foot gets like trapped between a fucking like I guess a root sticking out the floor and then going back into the floor. And that's what caught me. And I just stood there. I don't know how long I not stood there, but I just basically stood still. Right? Like I was just like, I'm just not gonna move. I'm too terrified to move. And I don't know which one of you, like one of the people in this hiking group was like, Sue, are you okay? And y'all came to save me. And I just wanted to low.
We'll always be there to save you.
But like, holy shit, yeah. I asked you this the other day. Because I said you were like a main protagonist in a show. An anime specifically. What would your anime, like, what is your anime title?
My
Ew.
No.
That's disgusting.
No.
Oh.
I don't. What about you? Let's give me one while I'm
Give
trying
me
to
one.
think of one. What's the name of your life's anime?
My life's anime. My life's anime. It's probably gonna be honestly like as much as I want it to be like some type of shonen. Like let's be realistic. It's probably a slice of life. I think it might just be called like the shonen's imagination. I don't know.
Secret Life of a Shut-In.
Secret Life of a Shonen. That's a good one. That is a good one. Wait, what about yours? The Devil's Dating Sim. Dating the
the
Holy shit. That's just a show. But that would imply that you're dating the devil.
Well, you see, it's actually a self-insert anime
Ah.
where you are dating the devil. I'm not the main character, but I am like by proxy a main character because the only person the self-insert interacts with is me.
Ah, okay. So it's like it's a show that anybody could date you if they watch the show. They just have to imagine it's them.
Exactly.
Ah, so it's like a first-person view
It's like an
where
isekai
you're not the main
power
character,
trip.
but isekai power trip. You hate isekai.
Well, I'm not gonna deny what my life is.
You telling me you got isekai?
No, I wouldn't. No,
Onto
I don't
Earth?
think that's a good way to like describe isekai.
Or like,
I think
or
it's
you're saying-
it's like simulator
simulator.
anime. Self-insert.
Simulator. Oh my gosh. Yo,
What?
I think someone just pissed in the next aisle.
No. What? Wait. Is that what that trickling noise was?
I think it was. Like, I think someone just pissed all over aisle, like, 9. That's not our
No,
job. We're
no,
in aisle 8.
That ain't our job, bro. Our break is coming up soon. We can
Yeah.
we can get someone else to deal with that. We're almost done with all this fucking grape jelly on the ground, bro. I can't believe those fuck ass kids knocked it off
so
the shelf.
many. There's so many. Like, you would think it would just stay in that one area where the jello is. They just smeared it all over the entire aisle.
Yeah, well, I think it's like some kind of TikTok prank or whatever.
Oh, gosh. Why us, though? Like, why our aisle?
They just knew that we had fuck with us energy.
Oh, speaking of fuck with us energy, remember the time, like, we were filming at our friend's uncle's place, and then they almost robbed us?
Dog, I wasn't even there for that, but I remember you guys telling me about it.
Oh, you weren't there, but you remember telling the story. So, I remember, thing is, since I spend in my room in the dark all the time, which is not a flex, you know, I tend to, like, live in the dark. I hate, like, it's crazy, because as a kid, I used to want light all the time, but now I just don't like light. And I'm not a vampire. I wish I was,
You're just a shut-in.
but I'm just a shut-in. Besides work.
Of course.
So I can't fully claim the shut-in, but I would love to be a shut-in. No, I wouldn't love to be a shut-in. I take that back. Cut that part out. I'll kill you. No, I won't. But where was I?
You're shut in. You want to sit in the dark.
Oh yeah, yeah, shut in, shut in.
You almost got
I
robbed.
sit in the dark, so I could see in the dark pretty well. There was a car that passed us like wouldn't pass us, but they had their lights off, and they would go like there was 2 streets down, and I would see them just leave. I'm like, hey, there's a car there, and I was like, no, there isn't, Sue. Like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I saw a car with their lights off, pass by us like 4 to 5 times, and then a truck passes by us completely. And then that same truck passes us again. They're in a different car this time. And passes us again. Passes us again. Passes us again. So at this point, we're like, alright, we should stop. We have a bunch of camera equipment. Very expensive stuff. Let's try to bring it back to the house. The truck passes us again. And as we're about to cross the street, they make a sharp U-turn and it starts speeding towards us. Everyone ran. And I was by the mailbox. And I'm like, fuck no, I'm not letting them take this camera. I don't know why I got so pissed. I like felt anger in me. And imagine this, right? Like everyone and you specifically, imagine like the thing that's in front of you right now. Think about it like 2 inches or 1 inch away from you. That's where the truck stopped in front of me. And I saw the car door open. And I aggressively reached for the camera. And as soon as I aggressively reached for the camera, I just saw the leg go back in, the truck door close, and they sped off. I don't know if they thought I had a weapon or anything, but I'm kind of glad that happened because I was freaking out. And then that same night, we were driving back to wherever we lived at the time.
Right.
And our friends, you know, there was a car that was honking at them. And they rolled down the window and started throwing gang signs at them. And that's where the story of like where, as you heard Skyler say earlier, is that we got fuck with me energy, or people tend to like to fuck with us for some reason.
Yeah, we do got fuck with me energy. That also kind of is stated when we went to that Jack in the Box one time, and we
Oh
were
my
both just
gosh.
like dressed so shitty. I think I was wearing like basketball shorts and like a shitty t-shirt. You were wearing like, I think you were also wearing shorts and like an anime shirt.
Yeah,
And we went to the Jack in the Box on fucking goddamn random ass Jack in the Box near our college.
Yeah.
And this motherfucker, this goddamn security guard out front said that it was closed and they didn't want no gangbangers walking around there. And I
Oh
looked
my
down
gosh,
at myself, I looked at you, and I looked back at him, and I was just thinking to myself, like, do we look like gangbangers? You got this
I
white
do
dude
not look
walking
like
up
one.
to you with this freaky ass looking weeb next to him. Like, I don't, I don't understand.
Oh my gosh. That I remember that. I remember I was like he would not let us in, and eventually he had to let us in. Did we go in or did we just leave and go to
No.
another one?
We went somewhere else, bro. We went somewhere
Where did we
else because he
go?
wouldn't let us in. We had to go. We either went to like another Jack in the Box or like we went somewhere else because like he told us there's another Jack in the Crack down the fucking street.
I was so pissed.
I was like, I don't want to walk all that way, bro. So I think we just went somewhere else.
I think we legit just went to the closest thing. I don't know what was close. We went somewhere. It's been so long.
Maybe we did go into that Jack in the Box. Maybe we just like we scored a fucking 20 on a charisma stat check and we actually did go in. But like, man, I don't think we did. I don't think we definitely didn't.
I don't remember. I think we I don't remember anything after that. I don't think we did. And maybe I dreamt that we did. That would have been funny.
Sorry. That place is closed down now, though. That specific Jack in the
Hey,
Box, that place is closed
It's
down.
closed down. It kind of makes sense. That place was
Yeah, there's a lot of homeless people out in front of that hoe.
not only that. Like,
We can't keep talking about it. People are gonna figure out which one it is. People are gonna know.
oh yeah. I mean, how are they gonna know a random spot in the middle of Oklahoma? You know.
Somewhere in America. In the middle of a coal mine in America. That's where the Jack in the Box is. It's in a coal mine, guys.
Yeah,
That's
it's
why
in
they
a coal
wouldn't let us
mine.
in.
We weren't supposed to be there.
Oh man. We do have the ultimate story of like being where we aren't supposed to be though.
Oh yeah, we do, but you know, we could save that for another. Yeah, that's gonna take too long.
That may have to be for another day. We're getting close to our break time. Like I don't think we have the time to break down that whole story. But as a little teaser about it, there may have been a trip to Assault Flat in Nevada.
Oh gosh, I'm getting flashbacks.
Bro's getting flashbacks.
I'm getting flashbacks. Oh gosh. Although we got to be very vague. 'Cause it is on the internet somewhere.
A certain little salt flat in Nevada near a certain little lake that that certain little green men may enjoy visiting.
That is true. That is true. Oh gosh, wait. I gotta write something down because I just thought of something, but I don't wanna. I don't think we have enough time to speak of it. Let me go. I'm gonna go to the. I'm gonna quickly run to the school supply aisle and just get a journal and a pencil.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Write that down for tomorrow or like fucking next time we working together.
What days are you off? I mean,
Um,
what days do you work? So that's a better question to ask.
yeah. I work pretty much just like weekly over here, man. I'm doing like hood rat shit in the other times, but like
That's fair.
I'm thinking we work on like Tuesdays, right?
We work on Tuesdays. That would make sense. Yeah, we could work Tuesdays together. I like. We probably should talk to our manager though, separately. Like, oh, I have to work on Tuesday.
Right.
Won't be suspicious at all.
No, it'll be fine. They're not gonna worry, man. I barely even work here. They don't notice me. It's fine.
I finally remember what I was gonna talk about. I mean, we don't have. How much time do we have left before our break?
Probably just like 5 more minutes.
5 more minutes. Can I fit this in there? Did I ever? Okay, if we can't, then here's another teaser. Where I almost got arrested with my good friend. Did I ever tell you that story?
I don't think I remember this actually.
So we were in college. You know, we were partaking in some weed.
Was it a raid?
No, it
Oh,
was weed. And we were at a
it was
park,
weed.
right? And in the corner of my eye, I see this cart pull up. But it looked like where you know which one I'm talking about, where I filmed the. But just we were like hanging out there because we used to go there all the time, right? Me and him, and this cop just like you know where like it leads to the apartments over there. Like there's also that like road that leads directly to like the park where you like cars could park up there. You know, like where it kind of looks like you can't tell where it's going. So like I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, there's a cop, but it looks like he left to the other way, and then we're just sitting there, and I just hear the cop just park right behind us. I'm like, fuck. And we thought we were in trouble for weed, which at that point it was legal. I guess he was just checking to see if we were of age. And we figured out later, I'm gonna tell you why later, he stopped us. It was kind of a bit of a racial profiling. Not a surprise there. But my friend decides, oh, I'm gonna show him that illegal. So he quickly reaches something in his pocket, and that's when the cop freaks out and pulls the guns on us. He's like, hey, put your hands in the fucking air. And I look at him like, why the fuck would you do that? But like, I know we're both stoned, but why the fuck would you do that? So like, he puts my friend in handcuffs, and usually he carries a knife, but he didn't bring that day. So he had nothing in his pocket, just except his wallet. And he tells me, I'm wearing the fucking weebiest shirt. So I'm freaking out. So I start texting to try to calm my nerves down. He tells me, get off your phone. And I understand why. He probably thought I was calling for backup for the reason why I'm about to tell you later. And he says, put your sit on the bench and put your hands on your knees. All I heard was knees, so I instantly dropped to the floor. And the cop laughs, like, no, man, that's not. And he uncuffs my friends, like, you're not gangbang. Like, you're not part of MS-13. And I'm like,
no fucking way,
what?
dude.
And he's like, yeah, recently people have been complaining. There's been graffiti near the people's houses, like, you know, the houses that are nearby, where like MS-13 would just spray paint their shit. And I guess he just saw two Hispanic people and was like, yeah, they gotta be part of MS-13. While I'm wearing a fucking weeby shirt, like the most anime shirt you could imagine. Not like I think I was wearing like either a Dragon Ball shirt or I was wearing. What other shirts did I have? I don't remember, but I was wearing a shirt that was like basically anime, and I was fucking.
I gotta be
stoned that
real with
way.
you though.
What?
If you were wearing a Dragon Ball shirt, I feel like that's not. I don't think that's gonna help because Hispanics love Dragon Ball Z, and I'm thinking maybe even MS-13 would love Dragon Ball Z.
I don't think it was either Dragon Ball Z. Oh, no, I think I was wearing my Mob Psycho shirt. I was wearing my Mob Psycho
that one is
shirt.
kinda
I remember it
crazy.
specifically because I was trying to remember which one it was. I was wearing the Dragon Ball shirt when we got stopped, so that probably explains why he thought we were gang members. But he stopped there. I guess when I went like instantly dived to the like things, he noticed how nervous I was, and he realized, oh, you're not part of that. He uncuffed my friends after checking in that, and he's like, okay, so yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna hit it, like just write down that you were just smoking cigarettes in public. And he legit told us, like, you're lucky it was me that came, because of my other cop, he would have just shot you on the spot.
That is absolutely insane.
And that shit was it's insane. And then the cop leaves, and then me and my friend were just started talking about alternate timelines where we got arrested, and the other top ultimate timeline where we both got shot.
That is fucked up.
And I was just terrified.
Immediately shot on sight.
Oh, he meant like that. Well, as soon as my friend reached for his pocket, that the other cop would have just pulled, just shot him.
Right.
But like,
Right.
we got so lucky he didn't bring his knife that day. He was like reaching for like his wallet, and then he told me, he was like, "I'm sorry, Sue. That was really stupid of me. I don't know what I was thinking." Anyway, I think that's the story.
You know, you said to him afterwards, I think I remember this part.
Yeah. Do you want to say it?
Bleh!
Oh gosh.
That waveform looks crazy right now.
Oh, that's amazing. Holy fuck.
Oh man. Well, shit. I mean, fucking. You want to end it on?
Yeah,
that?
we
You want to head to break?
Just head on break.
Go fucking.
That'd be nice.
Munch some shit.
I'm hungry. I'm
I
starving.
think we got most of this jelly cleaned up. Like, it's still a little sticky, but like,
That's
fuck,
fine.
what are they gonna do? Fire us?
I mean, we have to go on break, so
yeah, exactly. We have to. It's fucking legally mandated.
I still feel
Anyway.
bad for the people on aisle 9. I mean,
They'll be fine.
I think they're still pissing on the floors.
Yeah, well, I guess he just had a lot built up, and that's just what happens. It's okay.
Right. Well, let's hurry and like sneakily end the recording here, so our manager doesn't come. Like, because when you went on one of your pee breaks, he passed by. I had to hide it quickly. We need to.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, let's anyway.
All right.
Goodbye, outside world.
Goodbye.
We're gonna go munch some shit for our break. See you later.
Bye.